Hello, and welcome to Seattle at Dawn, a Mage, the Ascension Chronicle. That's my chair. I apologize. I need to get some oil. I am the Storyteller, Timothy Dahlia, and thank you for joining us. We stream new episodes on the Dahlia World Garden Twitch channel every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And you can watch our previous episodes and future episodes at the Dahlia World Garden YouTube channel. We have links down in the description. Also have a link tree page for that now too. So that's going to be fun. We're going to put that in various places. So keep an eye out for that. More videos to come. If you do enjoy what we're doing here though, please like the video, follow or subscribe depending on where you're at, and we'll have some fun together. And now, without any further ado, I'm going to introduce our mages. First up is Billie.
Hi, I'm Billie. My pronouns are they, them. My adjectives are weird and sweet. I play Charlie Newell. Charlie is a Verbena and a mushroom specialist. Charlie is at the moment just about to escape from custody.
I like that, putting forth positive thoughts that you're going to do, that you're going to do it.
That's exactly why I said it that way. Because we know what's going to happen when we're going away. It's a dangerous situation, and it's only bound to get more dangerous.
That is true. Cindy.
I'm Cindy. Pronouns are she, her. I play Inea Blackwell, or Nay. She is a techno shaman guardian with a lot of people to protect and not nearly enough resources. Or answers. She's got a lot of answers to find tonight. Primarily, right now, what she's doing is filming this whole interaction with these people trying to take Charlie into custody. So that's going to be a fun...
That's going to be really interesting when Charlie just kind of sidesteps out of reality to, 15 feet away.
Right.
Or whatever.
Right.
On camera. Ouch for the paradox.
Oof.
Yeah, well, here's hoping... Here's hoping Nay can fix that in editing later, because it's uploading, but it's not streaming.
Yeah, the question really comes, how much paradox does Charlie have collected so far?
Oh, it's not good.
Oh, it's at the 4. Okay, yeah.
It's not terrible right now, but I think it's about to be.
It may only be an issue if you botch. We'll find out.
Don't botch.
What was that earlier?
No,
fuck around and find out?
Attitude.
That's what we might do.
Yeah, it's what it sounds like it's about to happen, yes.
Well, we'll see if Nay can do anything against that. Alix, you're up.
Hello, my name is Alix. My pronouns are they, them. I play Jezebel Spinner. She is a member of the Cult of Ecstasy. And currently, after a very nice cocoa at this coffee shop, we are about to run from the freaking police or police adjacent people, which is just as terrifying. So that's cute. It was just supposed to be a nice outing with friends, but no. And on top of all of this, we still have to find this streamer that's gone missing, and now there's another wrench in the works. So, just a typical Saturday. It's fine.
Yeah. I hear you there. Okay. And last, but certainly not least, we're going to bring up our special guest for today, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Lucia, who is a bougie influencer who just realized that she is not alone in the kind of things she's researching.
Exactly. It is here where we start. It's Lucia.
That's my setup.
Before we get too far, I'm going to have you flip this tarot card.
Ooh.
If you right click on it, there you go.
It took me a second.
No problem. And what is that card? That card looks to me like the two of dynamicism. That's a weird word to say.
Dynamism?
Dynamism, dynamicism. Oh.
Ooh.
That looks like inner reflection and crossroads, so to speak. A good place for someone like Lucia. Okay. I'm gonna drag that over here for now.
Is she wearing a blindfold?
I believe so. So,
Less encouraging.
with Lucia, 3 months ago, you think you may have actually made contact with an Eidolon entity. Not your Eidolon, not Seraph. With him, you have a special connection. He is your guardian angel. He has the will and the strength to reach you without your technology. But he has shared with you secrets, nudges into how the world fits together. Material, spiritual, higher realms of where this entities reside. He's giving you insight into how others can be guided to seek out their own guardian angels. Because you have your connection and you are special. You can help others. He has bestowed upon you visions of circuitry that you yourself haven't the skills to build, but you've drawn up in the designs. You've had others build the circuitry for you. A friend of yours by the name of Amp has done this. And this has led you to your greatest attempt to reach beyond. Your Instagram's following loved it. You got nearly 10,000 views the day after, and it has only grown since. It is that experience that you reflect upon now. You have learned much since that night. You've grown, and perhaps now is that time for you to take a little bit more power for yourself, to gain the strength to take those next steps that you so clearly now understand. How do you reach out to Seraph? I really need to get some oil for that chair, I'm sorry.
The usual way I reach out to my guardian angel is just to bring myself to a calm state and listen to the world around me and just meditate on the feeling I have when he's in contact with me and know that he has told me to reach out to him, that he has empowered me to help others find their angels.
Okay. Let us see how well you connect here. Let us have you roll. This is going to be meditation and let's just say perception. It's a good solid combination there. So if you go to your character sheet and roll 20, I'm not sure if you've done this before. You have, but it's been a while.
But it was months ago.
Yeah. At the top of the sheet, there are several buttons, and you'll see 5 that say die pool 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you click on the gear, it'll bring a menu down, and you can choose which attributes and which abilities you are rolling together. And you can type in what you want to name that roll.
Okay. Perception and meditation.
Yes. And you can change it from die pool 1 to whatever you want to call it. Meditation roll.
All right.
And then, this is the tricky part. On the tabletop for roll 20, probably behind your character sheet is going to be a box. And it's going to have a few things to fill out.
So it says input value DP mod.
So that's your dice pool modifier. That's how many dice you add to your normal dice pool. In this case, just keep it 0.
Okay. And then difficulty.
Difficulty. This is one that can change based on circumstances. But in this case, we're going to say 6. It's a pretty standard roll.
Okay.
And anything that's a 6 or above is going to be counted as a success.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And that is 2 successes. Very good. You had a looks like you had a 1 in there at some point. Yeah, that's fine. That does not mean anything bad.
Okay.
Yeah, if you had rolled a 1 with no successes, that would have been a botch and may not have necessarily affected this particular thing, but in other cases it could be bad. So, you find yourself in a quiet spot in your apartment. You've made sure that there will be no distractions today. And you lowered your heart rate and your breathing, and you've meditated upon your previous experiences with Seraph, as well as your goal in mind. And as you close your eyes and the darkness surrounds you, it begins to transform in waves of smoke and cloud, and your environment becomes translucent as it takes shape. And some areas are more solid than others, but it begins to solidify and become that park that you used to go to when you were a kid, and you were a foster child, and you would want to be alone with your thoughts. It's not quite the same, but it's close enough. And there was a footpath that you often traversed. This is a very comforting environment for you. You've been here before, and Seraph has communicated to you in this space. And as you're thinking these thoughts, and as you're looking around at the footpath and the surrounding foliage, you hear Seraph just to your right, behind you. My sweet Lucia, I am so happy to see you. Is there a question?
Many questions.
As your kind have.
So much has happened. I want more than anything to bring to others the joy and the safety, the warmth that you bring to me. And I feel like I need more of something.
I've given to you of my power, and now you come here to this sacred space and ask for more?
Maybe I don't need more. Maybe I need to understand better how to use it. But I want to do for others to help them meet their guardian angels. And there's so much in this world that I'm just learning.
The machine is still not finished.
Not yet. We keep working. The designs you sent me, I copied them down as carefully as I can, and my friends build them. It's been difficult since the accident a few months ago, but we're rebuilding.
I do want you to finish the machine. But you do have to earn the right. Do you think you can?
I'm willing to do whatever I need to.
I don't know if you even understand what you're seeking. I do not even believe you can do it. You're going to have to prove me wrong. And with that, Seraph fades away with the wind, and down the footpath, you see a table shimmer into existence. And on that table is looks like a box. You also notice that two flaming eyeballs appear on either side of the table, blocking the path that as it continues down a fork.
I walk up to the table. This is something Seraph has put here for me to show that I'll do what is needed. I look at the eyeballs.
They're unsettling. It is not your typical entity that you see in this place. Typically, you'll see, manifestations of humanity, but this is clear cut, not what you're used to. But before you is a wooden box, and you've seen this before. It is a puzzle. It is a puzzle that you've solved before. It is comprised of several geometric pieces, and the goal is to change its shape from a cube to a sphere or a pyramid. It can do either. And it was not easy for you to solve this. Ultimately, in the past, when confronted with this same challenge on a previous meditation, what shape did you solve for?
I think previously I tried to make it into a sphere.
Okay. And what does the sphere versus the pyramid represent for you?
I think the sphere seemed more protective, more safe.
Okay.
But I wonder now, as I'm looking at the box, if the pyramid might be more angular because it is more capable. There's more potential.
Okay. So the sphere represents safety and the pyramids represents a risk, possibly. Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, what are you trying to do?
First, I feeling a little cautious because of these new friends, and just reach out and put my hand on the box, make sure I don't immediately start on fire.
No?
And if that goes okay, then I'd start working the puzzle.
Okay. And what is the goal? Which shape are you solving for this time?
This time, I'm trying for the pyramid. I want to see if I can reform it into that.
Okay. As you work on that puzzle, we are going to explore another conundrum. Charlie, Inea, and Jezebel, you were at the Liquid Haze. Here, after having not a disappointing day, but a unfulfilled day, where you did not reach your goal, but you did make several steps towards it. You regrouped, you formulated new steps to take to try and find Jolie Jones. And as you left the establishment, the police rushed up upon you. A FBI agent, bald head, glasses, black tie, shoves a badge in your face. And the last words you heard, Charlie, were, "You are under arrest for the murder of Oliver Green." I don't want to say roll for initiative, but this is kind of what's going on. What do you do?
Well, I mean, my first thought when they came up to me was, this does not feel right, and I need to prepare my mind for a quick exit if this goes bad, and it immediately went bad. So that's where my mind is at.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking the 7-league stride.
Okay. Put a pin in that for a moment. Inea, what is your initial reaction here?
So the first thing that Nay did, she was still wearing the GPS or the GoPro from earlier in the day. She hadn't moved it, so she just tapped it on.
Excellent.
That's kind of her first response to almost anything.
Okay. Yeah, grab that camera. Film immediately.
Start filming.
Okay. Any beyond that, any attempts for magical intervention or physical intervention,
Lord. Okay.
or are you just documenting?
So, yeah, Nay's history in dealing with this situation exactly is like BlackRock and
the Chop.
BLM, and yes,
Or
so
Chaz, whatever.
yeah, Chaz, yeah.
You know, it changed names over time. So, yeah.
As neighborhoods are wont to do over time. I think for right now, nobody's laid hands on anybody else yet.
Not yet. They are going in to try. I mean, if they obviously look like they're prepared to get physical. No guns are out yet.
Right, but that's
That
not
was
the reason.
my next question: is are the guns drawn? Because if their guns are not drawn, and when I reach for my wand, this is gonna, they're probably going to draw their guns.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay,
Well,
so
I mean, we're not casting any time magic, so we don't know yet what's gonna happen. All right.
Right. I mean, that's pretty predictable when if cops are coming at you and you reach to pull something out, they're going to do the same.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Nay is going to. I think Nay is just going to hold an action for right now. She's not going to do anything yet, other than turn that GoPro on.
Okay. So you're getting your documentary features up. Jezzy, you're witnessing your new friend and, these strange cops. Not even strange, they're just cops.
That answers in that question. So I kind of want to pull out my vape
Okay.
because I have this rote that causes everyone to chill the fuck out. And this is a very heated situation.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna pull out my pen and do a couple hits and everyone can just fucking relax because there's a lot. Like, we can talk like adults. It doesn't have to escalate,
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. That gets us some ideas here. So, immediately, the first thing that Charlie does is to get the F out. This is a spell.
Leave.
Yes. Let me pull up your sheet here. Oh no, I closed everybody's character sheets by accident. Oh no. What will I ever do? Oh, so I have them.
Tight, Bill.
One hand full, and the other one was not going to get to the mute button fast enough to stop that.
Gotcha.
I thought you had dropped something and then dropped it again. And I was like, oh, okay. I hope they get it. I do.
Okay.
I got it. It was in my nose.
Oh,
So
I got it right out.
this is a big spell.
Yeah.
This is it is a rote, so using your wand, you're definitely going through full-on Harry Potter shit. You're going to disapparate as far as this is concerned.
Yeah, that is the plan. I mean, just to a safe distance away, so I can, I want to be behind them, without them,
So how?
basically without passing them.
Yes. So how far are you looking to go? That's also going to affect how many successes you might need.
I mean, if I can get on the other side of their car.
Okay, so you're looking in local distance here. You're not trying to show up at your home.
No, I'm not trying to exactly. I'm just trying to get a safe distance away. I'm literally just getting,
Okay.
like maybe 50 feet away from where I'm standing, and behind where they're looking.
That certainly makes it easier. So,
I realize this spell is capable of more than that, but let's not go too difficult here, because I want it to succeed.
okay. So you're going to want to roll your arete with a dice pool modifier of your correspondence, which is 3, I believe. So when you roll your arete...
I don't want to, put some quintessence into this.
Okay. You can channel 2 points of quintessence with your ranking. So you can lower the difficulty by 2 with that.
And
Drives like abracadabra.
yeah, pretty much.
And you're going to need...
Difficulty.
You are going to need 4 successes. Minimum.
So where does that put the difficulty?
The difficulty is 5. And you're rolling 6 dice. So you have a 50-50 shot at getting 3 successes.
I think I have that set up right. Let's go. Nope, I don't think I do.
That was
I only
only
rolled 3
yeah,
dice.
there's
3
supposed to
dice.
be more dice, yeah.
Well,
So let's just do that again.
just do it twice then, in this case.
Yeah.
That... We've counted up 2 successes so far.
You got 3 total.
Okay.
Okay. So, well, several things happen at once. We'll pause there, because we know that in this instance, you have not disapparated yet. Jezebel.
Yeah.
You are looking to calm the place down by blowing big puffy patches of vape everywhere.
Yes.
You're that asshole. Okay.
Yes, I am.
Only in this instance.
Yes, I am proudly one of those assholes right now.
I can totally just see the clouds of smoke just forming around you like a freaking dragon.
I'm a full-on vape bro right now, like massive cloud, ridiculous rig. Yep, the whole 9.
And this is the channeling Chong wrote.
Channeling Chong, yeah.
Okay. Oh man, everybody just needs to calm down.
Exactly. If everyone could just chill the fuck out, we can all get through this.
Oh, Bill, you need to add 1 paradox because this is a vulgar spell. Actually, 2 paradox because it's a vulgar spell with witnesses. Whether you succeed or not.
The fact is, you tried.
Yeah.
You're waving a wand right now.
Yeah. I am standing in front of a coffee shop waving a wand at police officers.
Actually, sorry, just the 1 success. Just the 1. My bad. That's of course if
Okay,
you...
just the 1 paradox.
Oh, well, actually...
For now.
Yes, because it's not a failure yet, and it's not a success yet. But it's definitely not a botch yet either, so we're good there. But we will add the paradox when it is appropriate. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Jezzy. My bad. You are trying to channel Chong. This is a relatively this is a coincidental spell. People understand the effects of secondhand smoke, although I don't think it quite works the same as secondhand vape. No. But it still affects the same type of mentality, and people could realistically excuse such calming behavior to the drugs around them. So, that being said, you are going to roll Arete, and your dice pool mod will be what your mind rating is, which I believe is 3, versus a difficulty of 5, and you do need a baseline of 2 successes. Any additional successes will add to the effects and or targets.
Okay. Oh, I got 3.
Okay. So the cops roll up on Charlie. He immediately goes towards his bag. Was it in your bag or your pocket? Probably your pocket.
No, it was up my sleeve.
Up your sleeve. You immediately go to your sleeve and pull out a wand and start casting some Harry Potter shit. Jezzy, you just kind of lean back against the wall, watch it all as it starts to unfold, and you immediately light up that vape, and you blow this large puffy cloud towards the cops. Typically a sign of disrespect, by the way. However, you have the charm and the charisma to make this seem, hey man, we're all just trying to get along. What's going on? The mind effect does hit them, which they will have the opportunity to make a willpower save against it. But for now, any aggressive tendencies they may have are going to be curbed. So.
Good.
And Inea, you pull out your GoPro and immediately start recording, which has the effect of also calming the cops down.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea.
Not the double whammy.
Because nobody wants to get recorded in this day and age, especially if you're a cop. Not saying that all cops are doing bad things, but, you know, a little accountability goes a long way. Now, let me roll for Agent Zhao. Get his willpower roll against. So he's going to have to roll that. Okay, yeah. Resist the vape. The difficulty is going to be that. All right. So our FBI agent. Okay. This isn't his first rodeo. He's been out on the streets before. Doesn't seem to affect him as much.
Oof.
The police officers see where they're at. Okay. They need multiple. Yeah, he needed multiple successes, and he got them. But they will also.
The beat cops.
One success. So one of them. Figure it out. Same thing. I just made one character sheet for both of them. Do me. Also one. So, both the cops are affected by this. They are going to be less aggressive, and they're also going to get a negative to any of their dexterity rolls here.
Negative to their dexterity. I love that.
Well, you know. I mean, I'm sure we've all had the experience of trying to go up or down a pair of stairs when not necessarily clear-headed.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Like, I need, this is why I have a handrail. Okay. Charlie, this affords you, because they cannot get their guns out quite as quickly, though they are both trying to pull their guns, whereas Agent Zhao is allowing them to do the heavy lifting anyway, gives you another chance to roll. This will, of course, increase the base difficulty from 7 to 8, but you can maintain your concentration, and you can still attempt to spend quintessence if you have any left.
I do. I still have 4 left. And that would probably be a good... This is, one of those dangerous situations. So yeah, I should probably, again, spend 2.
Okay, so that'll lower the difficulty down to 6.
Dangerously low, but
you have 6 dice. 6 dice. You only need 1 to succeed.
Got this.
yeah, those extra successes certainly don't hurt. So we're going to make that 3. And that's going to be 6 now.
Mm-hmm.
Roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. What?
With style.
So there are alternate rules.
Iconic.
There are alternate rules in this game where you can say 10s count as 2 successes, or you can set it up where they don't count extra at all, or you can set it so that every 10 you can roll again. I don't necessarily, with our rote system, because it is adding more dice, I don't necessarily think we need to do either of those. But if we were playing a different system or a similar system, you would have gotten a lot more successes. Holy shit, that's 8 total. Twice as many as what you need.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Phenomenal success. So phenomenal, in fact, that you have variable options here. Because the base was 4. For each additional success, you can either change how far of a distance you travel, you can change the number of targets that you affect. I believe that's the case, especially since you have 3 life, which allows you to affect other living sentient things. If it was just 2, it would be just you teleporting. So, so for each additional success, you can extend out and grab others if you so chose.
Yeah, well, given the option, I would take them with me.
Okay.
I have friends here, and it's not just me that needs to get away. Yes, I'm the suspect, but I don't want to. I would certainly, if like I said, given the option, let's all go.
Okay. Where are you taking?
Unfortunately, I don't think there's time to really ask. So it's just a let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like I said, the idea initially was to get to the other side of the cop car, if not around on the corner of the building.
Indeed.
Out of sight.
Okay. Correspondence rate.
Well,
Okay, so the 4 successes would be for line of sight. 5 successes to grab Jezebel. 6 successes to grab Inea. That gives you 2 additional successes. You can... Let's see. You can port to a familiar place. A very familiar place, like your home or your sanctum. And with the additional success, the last one, you could range that to familiar, like you just saw it recently.
The bad thing is that like my sanctum is a long fucking way from here.
Mm-hmm.
But
Uh-oh. Did Discord just...
didn't.
Holy cow. Discord just went nuts on me. What? All right, let me fix that. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Oh, let me fix that. Oh, wow, it changed everybody's windows.
Maybe it'll switch back.
Okay.
The video comes
It,
on.
it does.
Yeah.
There we go. That fixed it. I was panicking. Oh no, the sweat. Okay. We'll fix it in post. Okay.
So if we did go to my sanctum, I mean, like I said, it's a long way from here. It's out on the peninsula.
Yeah.
But I mean, we did intend to investigate the crash site. We just didn't intend to do it like right now.
Okay.
Also, we would be like, kind of in the forest and without a vehicle.
That is a downside.
I mean, I know
So he
people who
did-
have cell phones. Fuck it, let's go.
Okay.
We have friends. We have cell phones, and the peninsula is connected.
Yeah.
So we're good.
All right. So, as you hear Agent Zhao...
Park ranger friends.
Yes, he does actually. He's got those contacts. It's amazing. You feel the mitochondrial network reach out and flow through you, and you almost sense that the spores of, even though you're here in the city, they're still with you. They're still following you, and they microscopically infuse themselves with you and your friends, and the three of you begin to fade from this reality, and you become part of the network. You become part of the mycelial mushrooms, and it's unsettling at first. You have no sense of self. You have no sense of location. You are everywhere and nowhere at once. And then from the ground,
DMT.
yes, and from the ground, the three of you emerge like a time-lapse video of a growing mushroom into the forms that you are and the beings that you know as Inea Blackwell and Jezebel Spinner and Charlie Newell. I'm going to need Jezebel and Inea to make willpower checks, and I'm going to need Charlie to add in 2 paradox for the successful spell, though vulgar as it is.
That was so fucking cool.
2 or 2 more.
Oh, just 2 for the total. 2 more total for the spell. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
1 for each turn of casting.
Willpower.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a DP mod?
No DP mod, difficulty 6.
Okay. Four successes.
Okay. And Inea?
Ooh, just 1.
1 is all you need. Both of you feel
Not vomit.
the sudden urge to vomit, and but you manage to keep it together, and you are starting to feel normalcy again. with that in mind, you guys-
Sorry, that was that was kind of needed, but welcome to my home.
That was
Olympic
the
Peninsula,
coolest
the
thing
Hellraisers.
I've done ever.
So Nay kind of wobbles off to one side and sits down a little bit hard.
Yeah, it's unsettling if you haven't done that before, and I mean, who has? I mean,
I would like to never do that again.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
that every fucking
I
weekend.
apologize
That
for
was incredible.
not asking, but there was no time to ask.
No, I appreciate the exit. I need a minute. I just
Understood.
need a minute.
I'm sorry, Jessie is hype. That was the coolest shit she's ever done in her entire life. Like, jeepers. She's celebrating right now. Like, I literally can't wait to tell Aunt Mabel.
Aunt Mabel will love it.
Yes, she will.
I've never done that from so far away, but when I started casting the spell, it just felt so right, and here we are.
You fucking
I mean,
legend.
you're wrong. It hurt, but
There is a toll
Wow.
to the feel.
Are you okay?
for now,
And,
we'll see what happens.
Nay kind of arranges herself in a meditative seat. And she's breathing. She's not actively trying to meditate. She's just breathing deeply.
Okay.
Charlie, are you okay?
Well, that's a good question for the DM.
You're fine. You fully believe that this is capable of being done, and you are now in your most comfortable spot that you can find yourselves in.
All right, yeah, I'm good. I mean, it's good to be home. It's good to be away from those cops, that's for sure. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? Literally,
Who was
what
that
the
guy? Who
hell?
was
Does
Oliver-
anybody know
Oliver
who?
Green?
Who the
Okay, I'm
fuck is
taking that as a
Lady
no.
Joe?
I've never heard that name before in my life.
Who is that person?
Okay, let's see. I'm like, who could it be? That's my next thought. Is who like related to what we've been doing recently, or that somehow
You know what?
connected to us.
We could probably check Twitter.
Do we know the name of?
Well, I'm thinking.
Like the real name of the guy that we were looking for, Josie
No,
or whatever.
Jolie Jones. That's my thinking.
Jolie.
I don't
Yeah.
know who we could be looking for, but if it's not him, we might want to know that. Like, if it's Jolie that's dead, we want that information because we've been looking for him this entire time. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if Oliver Green is Jolie Jones, it would go to follow
Well-
that he'd be on Twitter or something.
I mean, it does make
Yeah.
sense that he'd have multiple accounts. I can't even tell you how many accounts I have.
Right.
Well, why don't I get on getting us a ride out of here? In the meantime, we can walk over to the crash site. It's not that far from here. While we're waiting,
Yeah.
and we should still have maybe not great internet access, but maybe able to get a little bit of a connection in order to start doing some research on that name while we're walking.
Okay.
I mean, we can get Holly to help too. They have better internet on the farm.
Well, I think we
Yes.
probably should actually go to the farm.
Yeah? I mean, sure, you guys are always welcome.
Do you think they'd be willing to put Charlie up for a few days?
Oh, of course. My aunt and uncle love company. As a matter of fact, I can call and ask them if it's okay. They should say yes, no problem. You don't know how hospitable they are.
Okay. So
Are
you guys.
sure that you want to put them into the harboring a fugitive situation? I mean, I appreciate the offer, and I know
Well,
that we're the were like that, but like, I don't want to endanger your family.
How about this? I can put you up myself. And I have a space too. And that place is harder to find as well. So you'll be safe, you'll be fine, and you won't starve because my aunt and uncle will feed you.
Okay. This, like I said, I don't want to endanger somebody else. I mean, I realize I didn't ask for this situation myself.
I
but,
mean, you
No.
didn't ask for it, but that doesn't mean you deserve it. So fuck it. You're coming home with me. and
Also, with your
we're gonna have
experience,
dinner.
in your collective experiences, people don't just appear or disappear from reality. The police and the FBI are going to have a hell of a time explaining what the fuck just happened.
Yes.
Presuming they even
Yeah,
tried.
yeah,
They may just go, you know what?
I-
We didn't
I-
see shit.
Yeah, I kind of want to know, but I never will. But I kind of want to know what they happen to see.
Mhm.
But like for them,
I want to know the adventures of Zhao and the beat cops.
That's my new 80s Run DMC cover band.
Please.
that's
Okay.
the spin-off to this show right here. That's the spin-off, is Zhao and the Beat Cops.
Yes. That's that.
Oh, I call beat cop number 1.
Okay. You guys begin your trek through the forest towards the crash site. And while you do that, we are going to check up on Lucia. You have found yourself in the meditative space and you have worked on this puzzle with these fiery guardians, these watchers. It takes a tremendous amount of patience and will, but it doesn't take as long as it did before. And you form from these various pieces, some smooth and curved and some jagged and angular, to form the pyramid that you saw in your mind's eye before. And you place the pyramid on the table, and one of the fiery watchers moves aside, and that path is now open.
I'm a little curious what if I had made the sphere, if the other one would move, but this is what I decided, so I walked down that path.
You continue down the path, and the surrounding area becomes more forested. It gets darker, and the sense of comfort and familiarity has dried. You haven't been here before. This is new. This is frightening. The path comes to an opening, and there is a dog, kind of a pit bull dog with on a chain, and near the dog is a old radio. It's about the size of a very thick magazine. It's got gray and silver plastic and white grill over its speaker, a long telescoping antenna. And from it, there is a song being played. It's out of tune. It's discordant. In the grass, also near the dog, is a large meaty bone. Still has some flesh on it. But the dog can't reach the bone, and the song that's being played, you can see the dog, or you can hear the dog growl and become annoyed with each discordant chord, or each dissonant chord. What do you do?
Can reach the bone,
You could.
but the dog can't.
Correct. It doesn't seem to be as, paying direct attention to it. But it does seem to be there.
The dog hasn't acknowledged me.
It looks at you. Its black eyes are curious. But every time that song on the radio hits that right pitch, you can see the dog grow angry.
I'd walk over and pick up the bone
Okay.
and kind of and see if I can interest the dog in it and move it kind of as far away from the radio as I can.
Okay. The dog follows you. It doesn't seem to get too aggressive. It's got its build though, and it definitely lunges for the bone when it gets in range. And you drop it, and
Put it where it can get to it.
And it grabs it, and it's now having its meal if it can. But all the while, that song still plays, and you can hear the dog growl every time that dissonant chord plays.
So I'm convinced the dog is involved. I'll go over and try and pick up the radio and see if I can, if it has controls on it, if I can bring it into better tune or turn it down at least.
You look over the older machinery, and it has been your experience in the past that you are not the gadgeteer type. You understand the workings underneath, but you have not really, and you've built machines, whatever, you just don't understand them beyond the circuitry. But for the past 3 months, you have built new relationships, new contacts. You have tutored under Mark Cardassian as he has explained the intricacies of atomic structure and matter in a much more philosophical and alchemic way compared to your friends at the Geek Squad. Tyler, and also known as Amp, and Bolt particularly, have taken you under their wing to learn the more hands-on approach to understanding machines, not just the electronics, but the physical parts of them. And as such, you have an increased understanding of matter. But you've reached that wall where you can't do much without more influence from Seraph. Looking at this radio, this looks like something that Volt and Amp, and to a lesser degree, Mark, has been instructing you in. You feel that you could make this work better. So, what is your design? What do you wish to accomplish?
So is the song discordant, or is it being picked up badly? Can I tell?
In this place, the answer to both is yes.
I want to see if I can tune it more finely. Does it have a tuning knob?
There are a couple. There's a couple of knobs and a couple of switches, and the knobs tend to, one is volume, another is frequency tuning. The switches seem to affect different parts of the song. Normally it would be like, for your EQ and for different noise gates, etc. But for this intent, for this purpose, it seems to actually affect how well the song plays and how it harmonizes.
Yeah, I'd try to find the switch configuration that lets me tune the harmony, the discordant portion, and try to tune that in better, more clearly, or more appropriately.
As you're making your choices and as you're fiddling with the different pieces of this equipment, you realize that you can change the message, that you can make it inviting and pleasant, or commanding and resolute, like the difference between inviting somebody and stealing somebody away for a dinner. You have the option to make this music affect others, and you have the choice on how you want to do that, whether it's through the sword or through the song.
Play the song. I want it to be inviting and enticing.
Okay. You play around with the knobs and the switches, and you get to a point where you think you've got it, and you turn the volume. And this is where I will have you do an arete roll. Difficulty will be 6. You've got those 2 dice to roll. And there's an irritate button at the top of your character sheet, so you don't have to do anything other than hit that.
Okay.
All the prompts.
No modifier.
No?
And difficulty
6.
Okay.
Okay. Appears that there are 2 successes. Yes, 2 successes.
Bug transform into a Labrador. No.
No, you don't transform into a Labrador. That would be you. The pit bull stops eating the bone, and it comes over and sits in front of you and the radio, and just listens contently. And as it stares up at you, you feel appreciation. You feel the warmth of this animal's love, and that it is one step closer to being like you, hearing the music, listening to a guardian angel, being that creature that you, or not creature, but that what your audience you are expecting of. And you feel that you are ready to turn this card. And the card is
Something.
it is the 3 of pattern. And that represents effort. It has associations with construction, persistence, tenacity, priorities, commitments, focus, intention, direction. I say that you will have that cross your past, and this is your present. You see the dog transform before you in a flash of light, and standing before you, one of the few times that you have laid your eyes upon Seraph, he is standing there, his hand outreaching to you, smiling. I believe today I was proven wrong.
Ew.
Lucia, my child, go forth, teach the lessons, build the machine, and through you, humanity will grow and get to know us. The dark forest around you fades and light blinds you as you soak in the warmth and love and knowledge of your guardian angel, of Seraph, and you feel that you've hit that barrier and blown past, and you are no longer limited in your understanding of dimensional science, of the correspondence principles, of matter and energy. You know there's more to learn, but you know that you can learn it. And with that, you spend the rest of your experience points and gain an arete. So you now have 3 Arete instead of 2. And you have successfully found, I don't know, good stuff.
Thanks. Cards are cool.
Oh, yeah. We're going to add those cards actually here. Before I forget. Each of you have your journeys. Some of you have taken your steps. Some of you haven't even met yet. But these are all part of the grand story that we are telling. Lucia, after you've completed your meditations and you feel that you have grown, you take the time to work on your apartment and get things ready for the next build. What do you do in preparation for the next build?
Well, I've been working with the quad and getting some of these circuits built, but we need to prepare the space spiritually as well as physically, making sure the wiring is ready. That may have been part of the problem last time. And see if we can get some. After that experience, I feel like having lots of light and possibly music. I might get some chimes to put in so that we have that atmospheric element as well as the technology.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds very appropriate. Those crystals, those chimes, the electric lights that you can manipulate with your phone, all come together, and you feel like you're going to surpass the previous experiments. And you quickly get online to Instagrace and let everyone know that, keep that alert, on, because you're coming with, big news from beyond.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Stories and posts.
As you contemplate your next steps in the social networking sphere of Instagrace and posting updates on your website as well, we are going to check back in with the Night Hunters. Back at the Olympic National Forest. It doesn't take too terribly long to trek through the forest to get to where Charlie claims there was an alien crash. But as you approach, you hear the unmistakable hum of engines and footfalls of people. As you approach,
keep quiet and watch and try to figure out what's going on without drawing attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff.
How do you go about concealing your movements?
Well,
How?
we're gonna slow down a whole bunch
Okay.
and try to, avoid stepping. I'm going to lead and try to point out anything, to avoid stepping on in order to keep us a little bit more quiet.
Okay.
Oh, we're in the forest. Are there trees that we can hide behind? Like, are they big enough?
Oh, plenty. Huge trees.
Huge trees.
I've never been to this forest. Sorry.
These are all pictures from the forest.
Are you serious? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I gotta go there. Gee whiz. Okay.
It's just right over the bay.
Bet. Big bet.
I want to go too.
I think so. Okay, where we can hear people walking around, are they deeper into the trees?
They are.
Whereabouts they are?
They're further down the direction you were walking. This is not a well-worn path, but it is kind of a path that you're heading through. And it just you hear the telltale signs of activity.
Does it sound
Does it
like
sound
a lot
like
of
they're
people?
coming towards us?
They sound like they're away, but they don't seem like they're coming towards you. It seems like you moving towards them is what you hear.
And does it sound like there's a lot of them?
There is I would say yes. Yeah, you feel like there's a lot. You don't know how many, but
Oh shit.
So, does it sound like a logging job site, or an active job site? Are we talking like heavy machinery and chainsaws, or are we talking about like crime scene
it's
noises?
Yeah, I'm out here a lot. I think I would know, like,
right.
the difference between.
You don't get many loggers out here because it's kind of a protected area. It's more. You definitely hear. It's more like a group of a group of vehicles, like a couple trucks, that sort of thing.
Oh, we
So-
got trucks now.
So theoretically, like
Yeah.
Forest Service folks out handling something.
Could be.
I might have an idea. So I have this rote where I can make myself or other people unable to be perceived based on the way that I dance. So, and like the jewelry and such. So I could cast that on one or all of us, hopefully. And we might be able to get a closer look that way.
I've got actually, I have a rote that makes me able to look through the eye of a bird.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's probably safer.
Yeah,
for
that
right
is
now.
much safer. That's much safer.
I can cast my vision into a bird and see what they see from high above.
Ah, that's so cool.
Okay. If that's the course of action, do it. Roll your rote, which I think this is going to be like a arete plus your life, or correspondence probably, or because either one's probably used in this.
It's both, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
2 correspondence, 1 life.
Makes sense. And you're able to do this with like lower life forms. How many 60? Yeah, you have the spell in front of you, I bet.
Yeah, I do. It's one. Yeah, it's a. I'll. base difficulty 5, required success is 1. I can use this rote to cast my vision into that of a bird, allowing me to see everything from high above.
There you go.
And I have improved casting, backlash resistance, stabilize, penetration, reinforce, and specialize.
Well, I don't think you have any of those. You actually have to spend points to get those, but that's the...
Oh, I see. Those are just labels.
Yeah, those are just labels.
Those are...
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I don't have points in those. I see.
That's okay. It's basically going to be Arete plus 3 for your dice pool mod, and difficulty's 5, and you only need 1 success, so it's not terribly difficult. I just want to see if you backlash. That's mean of me. I apologize.
Okay.
Yes.
3 successes. More than enough. So you look up to the sky and you see a hawk, and you feel that connection between you and the hawk, and you this is a kind of a meditative experience, something that you learned by watching the Beastmaster as a kid.
Yeah.
And great movie. I need to watch it again. It'll probably not be as great as I
It's
imagine.
been a long time.
But
Probably not.
it'll be bad. It will be bad. It's okay. And you feel your vision fade as your eyes gloss over white, and you are now seeing through the eyes of the bird, and you, with your influence, kind of nudge it towards the west. And the hawk flies over and down through the canopy and sees the open space where you know there was an alien crash site. You know that there was a alien body. But now, through the bird, you see several police officers, yellow tape, and where you saw a alien body looks like the corpse of a young person.
Oh boy.
The bird.
Can I get in close enough to where I would be able to, like, identify the person to where if I recognize them or not?
Just trying to think about how far the spell goes, because you don't necessarily control the bird.
Right.
It's not like it's got any mind effects worked into it. It's just more of seeing through its eyes.
So if that's not an option, then I just want to basically, at that point, cancel the spell, get back to myself, and relay the message.
It is a hawk, though, right?
Hmm.
Don't hawks have some of the best vision?
Oh, they see quite a bit, yes.
Probably why he was able to identify it as a young person.
Yeah.
Oh,
And not the alien that he saw when he was here before.
got you.
Exactly.
Okay.
However, hawks see colors differently than human beings do also. So
That's true.
there would be some weirdness with vision anyway.
Hmm.
They see all the colors. No. Someday, Charlie is going to find a mantis shrimp and try and see through its eyes.
Oh, God.
That's gonna be a mind fuck.
Woo!
That's on his bucket list. Anyway. See through the eyes of a mantis shrimp. Okay.
Unfortunately, scuba diving is not one of Charlie's skills, so that would have to be learned.
You break off the vision, and you come back to, and you are several yards away from this crime scene.
Okay, we need to turn around and make our way out of here, and as quietly as possible. I'm not sure what's going on, but there's a whole lot of police up there, and it looks like there's a body of a young person. I mean, I couldn't really make it out through the Hawk's vision, but this is not where we want to be.
Okay, so you had me at police.
No, I think I just took us.
Right,
I think I took
we
us
need
out of the
to-
frying pan and into the fire.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
we need to go.
they don't know we're here, and they don't know there's even the possibility that we're here.
And there's-
So let's not
And
let
there's no
them know
reason
that.
they should.
Mm-mm.
Let's go.
We're gonna have to do some hiking in order just to get far enough away from this that our pickup site is a little bit more discreet.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's get moving because we're burning daylight.
Burning daylight.
Exactly.
Inea, by the way, walking through the forest increasingly, really fast, she started to recover her rattling.
Yeah.
She's doing a whole lot better now. She actually looks kind of comfortable.
Good. I am going to have each of you make a dexterity and stealth roll.
Here comes the opportunity for fuckery.
Dexterity and stuff. Ooh, baby, please give me something.
We'll say difficulty 6. It's still not the easiest thing to move silently through here, but it's also the other side has equal challenges listening as well, so it kind of evens out. Other side is if there's a dichotomy here. I could pull a 24 and have you guys get your leg caught in a bear trap and then have a cougar come around. And
Nah, you good.
it's the best episode of 24 ever is when Kim gets caught in the bear trap.
Nah, you good.
Olympic National Forest.
You said difficulty 6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, 3 successes for Charlie.
I think we all rolled at once.
Yeah. 2, 3, 3. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's actually pretty decent. Collectively, you managed to move away from the crime scene, get into more familiar territory for Charlie where you can help lead and guide as you get closer to Forks. It's Forks, right? Yeah. And don't laugh. Don't laugh, Sarah. I know we've been there. Okay. Anyway. We once spent a few days in Forks. It was crazy. There was a zip line and everything. Anyway.
Yeah, that just sounds like fun.
There was fun to be had. You get to the main road where you are comfortable with, where you know the rangers move about, but not too frequently. You know, kind of the sneaky ways around. Now that you're in kind of the town proper, you've got some bars to your phones and it was already getting late. It is now dark at this point.
So we should go back to my farm, right?
And I think that was the idea to start with.
Okay.
So you were going to call. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Aunt Mabel, and I'm gonna call my aunt and uncle and let them know I'm bringing friends. We can start heading towards the island. Yeah, we can start heading towards the island. And I want to know what they had for dinner.
Are you like calling a Uber or something?
That's a long Uber. Unfortunately, like, I have a motorcycle at home, and I have my mom's van, which is now in Seattle, and we are about a 2-hour drive, maybe even longer than that, from Seattle.
This is the difficulty with teleportation.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, I'm like wanted by the police, so I'm like trying to think of who I can borrow a car from that
Even
isn't, I'm not gonna get in. Like, this is fucked.
It's just gonna look suspicious to borrow a car from a friend, right?
yeah.
You know what? Like,
Why don't we? I mean, couldn't we just
really
take an Uber
considering
to the
calling my-
ferry?
yeah,
Because we
Yeah.
need to get on the ferry to get to the island anyway, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Then we
There's-
can just hook
Yeah.
it from there.
Correct. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
reasonable.
That's actually
I
probably
mean, it's
doable.
still a long way, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Right. The ferry could take you to Vashon Island pretty easily.
Would rather
get on the
not
right.
alert anybody that knows you personally right now, Charlie, to
Right,
your
and that's
whereabouts.
the problem. Is I thought about calling my dad, but like I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm worried that they're going to be watching him.
Yeah.
If they're looking for me, then and I just disappeared, and I mean literally.
Yeah. So anybody you right now you can't contact anybody you know personally. It's
Yeah.
probably gonna have to go through me or Jezzy for the moment. Until we get any kind of word that they have connected us to you, because right now we don't necessarily have a lot of connection to each other in official channels.
Indeed.
And
So-
I honestly don't see any of my folks in any of the camps talking to the cops about us.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't. That's a different situation.
Yeah.
All right. So you easily get your transportation to the ferry, and was there anything else you were doing before you got basically to the the commune? Okay. No worries.
I think on the ferry ride, I'm like running wires from, charging cables from my power packs to the various pockets that I have that I've been using the electronics from.
What? You don't have a backpack with a solar power thing on it?
That's in my car. Damn it! I wasn't expecting to need it.
Oops. Again,
My
dangers
laptop with me.
dangers of teleportation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, I left my aunt and uncle's truck in Seattle.
You did.
Yep.
Shit. Okay.
You're gonna need to get an Uber to go pick it up.
Oh gracious.
From
Well,
the
that's an adventure for future Jezzy. That has nothing to do with me.
for
Public transportation and stuff. You can get a ferry and then get a bus and all that stuff. That all still works and exists. Not a problem.
Yeah.
So, how does this affect your plans going forward? Now that you guys have gotten to the commune, you've gotten settled in. You know, Aunt Mabel's okay. Everybody's okay. Sunny is off doing whatever Sunny does. how do you want to proceed? You have, on one front, you've got this new situation with being wanted by the police. You have the search for Jolie Jones, and you have this upcoming meeting with Lucia.
Oh, when we get to the commune, it is dark, right?
It was dark before when you got out of the forest.
But it hasn't lightened up any.
Oh no, you're now reaching like 8 o'clock at night.
Okay, good. Because to keep things as safe as possible for the members of my commune, me and Charlie are gonna have to take a hike like right now. And then we're gonna have to come back for supplies.
Okay, so you're heading up to the peak.
Snake Tongue Point.
Okay, so while they are doing that,
yes,
I am thinking that Nay is going to book it for the last ferry.
Okay.
To get back to Seattle, Uber her ass back to her car, back to her home to pick up effectively a mobile the mobile internet like rig situation that she had going in her tent at Blackrock.
Okay.
And that is coming back with her in the morning to wherever Jezzy is stashing Charlie.
Okay. Easy enough. So over the next day, you're able to get your equipment, get to your vehicle, get to your home, and bring it back here. It is now much closer to Saturday than it was the day before. And your meeting with Lucia at the Liquid Haze is still on the horizon.
And I'm pondering that Charlie should not go with us.
No.
I'm actually kind of wondering if I should just go by
You should
myself.
probably move that to a different location.
Yeah, actually, that's a really excellent idea. I don't think any of us should be showing our faces at the Liquid Haze right now. So,
I mean, if nothing else, just out of respect for the Liquid Haze itself.
Yeah, Amnesia will kick your ass.
We already brought enough drama.
yeah, no, that's for definite sure. What about the
The splintered wand?
No, I guess that's probably an option, and it might be the better one. Except for the whole wait time thing. But actually, I was thinking the magic shop, where we went to the political meeting and met Malcolm.
Well, that's the Conjurer's Cubbyhole.
That's it.
Yeah, you can do that. There's also, when you said magic shop, I was also thinking of the crystal shop that Lucia frequents. That many pagan faiths go there.
Nate probably wouldn't think about that.
Okay, so you've got
top of her head. She's gonna shoot Lucia an email well ahead of time. You know, while we're setting up out, what is it, Snake Tongue Point?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot an email just letting her know, hey, or asking rather, would it be possible to change our meeting venue? Had some plans changed. Would it be possible to meet at the Conjurer's Cubbyhole?
Quick reply, I was just there a little while ago. I'd love to.
Awesome, I will see you there.
All right. You hide out at Snake Tongue Point. Yeah, I don't want to keep that. Snake Tongue Point. You hang out there. It's actually kind of refreshing. You know, all three of you have been running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. with technology, with people, with crazy magic effects going around. Go ahead. Yes.
It's occurred to me that the story that Jesse and Nay should have is that there is no story. We have no idea what anybody's talking about when they ask where Charlie is, what's this about, Oliver Green. We have never heard of any of that. We were never there.
I'm very good at playing dumb.
And they can't prove it.
Exactly. Like, literally, they can't prove it.
That is also a thing. Yes. That could be done.
In fact, that never even happened.
What are you talking about? Disappearing people. That doesn't happen.
No clue.
Don't know what you're talking about. We were there earlier in the day, and then we left, and
that's that.
We didn't hear anything from any cops or.
It wasn't you.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Wasn't you.
You would probably know this. Are there any cameras on the street around there?
The cubbyhole?
Cameras or anything?
No, around the liquid haze. Like
Liquid
traffic
haze.
cams and stuff.
I mean, there's the traffic lights and just basic stuff, but nothing exclusively surveillance.
And that was like right on the sidewalk, right in front of the liquid haze too. Like we had literally just walked out the door.
So does the liquid haze have cameras outside?
No, nothing that you can tell. They don't really have a high-tech presence like that.
Okay. So yeah, they definitely can't prove shit.
Nope. I was like, is Nick gonna have to bust out the hacky fingers again?
Hacky fingers, not today. All right. So you have this relaxing camping trip.
Impromptu, unexpected.
Unpromptu, unexpected vacay.
Well, I guess we did need to fucking chill for a second, so...
After the couple of, month or so that we have had?
Yeah, it's about time. It's about that time, you know?
Okay, so then...
You decide to keep your meeting with Lucia.
With Lucia.
And you are deciding to go into the city on this Saturday. I think it was like at 11 o'clock was the time.
It was 2 p.m.
Or 2 p.m. Okay, even better. So 2 p.m. You're
Saturday.
You're deciding to go in, and some decisions have to be made about how you approach going to the city as a wanted fugitive.
Well, Charlie's the one that's wanted. Nobody said anything about us. Yet.
Yes, you're correct.
Which is why I'm still even risking this right now. I would want to go in a little early to take Jezzy to pick up her Aunt Uncle's truck.
Yes.
For a couple of reasons. One, obviously they need their truck back. But two, I would like for her to have transportation in the case that shit hits the fan and we have to split up for some reason.
Sounds fair. Charlie,
That's
how are you approaching the city?
I didn't realize that I was.
I was going to say, I thought he was...
Oh, was he saying? Okay.
Big tongue point.
yeah,
Okay. Sorry, I had these visions in my head of him using life magic to change his appearance and be something different.
I actually thought about something like that when we were on the run back to, on the ferry and stuff. But I'm already pushing my luck with the paradox.
Yeah, it takes a while to bleed off. So yes.
Yeah, and actually, if you think about it, the cops would have, if they're owning up to it, would have claimed that you were at the liquid haze right in front of it at X time, whatever time that was. But then there's not enough time between then and whenever you popped up on other cameras elsewhere for you to traverse that distance and be there after having been at the liquid haze.
Right,
It's just
I
not enough
almost, time. Right, if it wouldn't have put anybody else in danger, I would have checked in with somebody out there just to say that I wasn't where they said I was.
Well, see, what we
Yeah.
can claim is that no, we were out in an Olympic National Forest on that day. You know, after our trip to Liquid Haze, we went straight out to Olympic National Forest. We were there
That
at
is
that time.
absolutely the truth. We went straight
Yeah.
there.
It is
It's
straight up
literally the
truth.
truth.
The
Yes.
lie detector would never even catch us.
Right. We didn't
Yeah,
any
because
stops in between. We just went straight there.
Yo.
this is Mage. They use traditional lie detectors.
Yes, and the thing about it is that's the absolute truth.
Mm.
It is.
And at that time, we were in the forest. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not saying you gotta act like you innocent. I'm just saying that it's not a horrible option. Because you can't be a fugitive if you didn't know you was convicted.
or wanted.
I mean-
or wanted.
Right. I mean, so
There's that too.
yeah,
Yes.
there's that too. Just
Oh.
like
And I don't have to act innocent because I am innocent.
Right. That's the thing.
exactly. Because who the
You
fuck
guys keep
is
saying this to
Oliver
yourselves. That's fine. That's fine.
We are gonna talk ourselves out of this if it kills us. And it might.
Unless that past event is in my future, I didn't do this.
Yep.
You're starting to think like Stone. If that past event is in my future. Okay. So, skipping ahead.
Yep. So this is Nay and Jezzy meeting Lucia at Conjurer's Cubbyhole.
Yes. And you've shown up early as you try to spot things out. And it's not very flashy. There's a poster on the wall. The sign almost blends in with the background. Kind of this red door and these red shutters. It's almost like it's always closed. But you remember before, and you feel the strange magical effect around it that kind of confuddles the mind a little. You can certainly pick it up, Jezebel, where you know there is some sort of permanent magic here that will leave you confused and lost. Having experienced some of this yourselves. But after surveying the area, Jezebel and Nay, you enter to the shop. This time there seems to be a young woman tending the counter. You haven't seen her before. It's not Frosty.
New face.
And they just kind of wave at you. Hi.
Well, wait, do they sell food here?
No, this is
Not
just
here.
They just
a curios and magical artifact shop.
Mm-hmm.
no. Okay. I'm just gonna wait for Lucia. Well, actually, have I gotten my aunt and uncle's car back yet?
Yeah, it was the first
Yeah.
stop.
It was.
Before we got here. So we
Okay,
actually
good.
arrived separately.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna just wait for Lucia.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wander around, browse, at least making it appear like I'm browsing.
Mhm.
Yeah, the girl behind the counter, she seems to be more interested in her sketchbook.
As she should.
Ah! I know that face.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So after a few minutes of browsing, Lucia, were you keeping this appointment?
Absolutely.
It would be rude not to.
It would. And I'm kind of excited to see Inea again and
That's
meet new people.
gonna be news to Nay. Nay is still convinced that Lucia hates her.
There's good reasons for either.
Things were rough last time.
It was a rough meeting.
So,
But yeah.
the three of you enter into the space. It is well maintained. It is clean. Everything is kind of organized. There are ancient magical items, not necessarily magic, but more like stage props and the like. There's definitely a celebration of that vintage vaudeville sort of style stage magicianship. And there is a couple of free places to speak. Obviously, you have more than just this. You could go other places. And you all, three of you, are aware of the back room for private shows, where all of you have met in passing the Rodolfo, aka the King of Magic.
Has Lucia walked in?
Yes.
I'm gonna wave. Hey,
Hi.
wow, it's good to see you looking. You look great.
Thanks.
Lots better than last time I saw you.
That was one of the hardest days of my life.
I can only imagine. That was a rough one. That was definitely a rough one. Let me introduce you to my friend Jessie. Jessie, this is Lucia.
Hi.
I'm Jessie.
It's nice to meet you. Gosh,
Good to meet you too.
your braids are so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
So the reason I got in touch with you and wanted to meet up, so I don't know if you are aware, but there's a few streamers in our unique streaming community who have gone missing.
No, I
it
hadn't
seemed
heard that.
okay, so that's why I wanted to contact you, because a lot of their content was roughly similar to what you create. In the sense of the positivity, and seeking the positivity in the path. Or finding the positivity in utilizing, walking the path. What I'm concerned with is that they all experienced a drop-off in viewership prior to their disappearances. They all seem to become increasingly, I don't want to necessarily say frightened, but that was kind of my impression in their last few videos. And then their last videos almost uniformly suggest that they are concerned that they are being pursued, or that someone might be targeting them, and then they just stop. I've been watching their social medias, their channels, everything that I can connect to them, and they've all gone dark. I had a lead on one. I haven't been able to make that stick yet, but I was, first of all, wanting to warn you, because I know you've already had one bad experience, and also to ask you if we can work with you. It'd mostly just be monitoring your stream, and your chats, posts and such to see if we can pinpoint who might be trying to target these people. What I'm concerned with is that the one that we did get a lead on seemed to have been dumped in the street and still hasn't turned up. So I'm so sorry to hit you with all this heavy right away. It's been kind of a hectic few weeks.
Sure. Wow, dealing with that. Well, I appreciate you letting me know, because I had no idea. And of course, absolutely. I mean, my stream is available for anyone, but maybe we can set something up so that you can see through most of my DMs and things like that, and we can see if there's a pattern. I haven't had anything threatening, or, you know, I'm female and on the internet. I've had people stalk me before, but not lately.
Well, that's what I'm concerned with. This doesn't seem to be a run-of-the-mill stalking situation necessarily. They're targeting very no, they're targeting very specific types of streams.
Yeah. Do you want to come over to my apartment, or should we just connect up online?
Honestly, setting up at your apartment would probably be the easiest. The connections would be infinitely easier to make there.
Sure.
So the next time you're planning on doing a live stream, probably be the best one to start with. We can definitely do that. That I really appreciate this. This hopefully, I mean, honestly, ideally, they're not watching you and we don't have to worry about you. But if they are, hopefully we can get some indication of who and where to get this stopped.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously I don't want to be victimized, but I also would love to help if we can, put a stop to this.
Okay, that's great.
Is it okay if I let a couple of my friends know about this? Just what you said about going dark.
Absolutely.
I don't want that to happen to me.
Whatever you need to feel safe. Absolutely. Because honestly, it's fair. You don't really know me that well either.
Well, it's more just if you don't hear from me for a few days,
yes,
come check in. Which,
yes,
and they're like kind of like us. They're like on the path too.
Okay. That sounds reasonable. If you want to put them in touch with me, do you still have my card? My contact information is all there. If you don't, I have one here.
Let me get it from you. Yeah.
Always with the business card.
Always with the business cards.
Well, I had it, but you know, my apartment has been kind of torn apart and put back together the last.
Understandable.
Months,
yes,
so
absolutely.
I'm not sure where it is.
Okay, and I hand a card over.
Thanks.
Okay. So, do you happen to have anything on your schedule right now that would fit the criteria?
I do. I've got a live stream. I'm not sure of the timing, but I am planning on doing one in the next week or so.
Okay, that's excellent. So, let's do this until you know for sure when you're going to do that, and we can get it all set up. Probably should maybe do a dry run the day before, just to be sure that everything's working.
Sure.
And then we can tweak things immediately prior to you going live. But what? How about if we check in with each other at least twice a day, just to be sure, until we get this going, and then we'll have a more solid connection.
Sounds good.
Okay. Fabulous. Thank you so much, Lucia. I really appreciate this.
Oh, I'm grateful you thought of me. And yeah, whatever I can do. I know I kind of came into this community and really made a mess of things. So having a chance to do something helpful, I'm really grateful.
Well, we all make mistakes. The most important thing is that we learn from them. And it looks to me like that's part of your path. So that's a good thing.
Thanks.
Okay, so Jesse and I need to get going, but I definitely want to hear from you at least twice a day, and we will go from there. Let me know when you solidify your plans.
Sure. And Jesse, can we exchange information too? Just
Oh, sure.
it's always nice to know someone else.
I'm gonna just hand her my phone. You can go ahead and put your phone number in.
Oh, thanks.
That's like my lazy way of getting phone numbers.
No, that works. It works. I've had that.
Absolutely works. And then
I'll
you
take
just
my phone and take a quick picture of you, like without even asking.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the three of you build that rapport. You guys got a plan going to meet up and kind of prepare the space for better observation.
Yep.
But Charlie, you are out at Sanctum Peak Point. Damn it, I keep doing it. I correct it in my head, and then I miscorrect myself, and I just, this is going to be the worst thing ever. I'm going to dead name the freaking peak point. Oh my god, I'm so terrible at names. Anyway.
Honestly, Tim, I have a hard time remembering place names too. That's why the liquid haze and all of that. That's why I didn't mention the forest name until you guys were saying it, because I thought I knew it, but then I was like,
Am I wrong?
no, I don't. Nope. I'm just gonna call it the forest till I know for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's the forest. But Charlie.
Yeah.
In the serenity of Snake Tongue Point, you start hearing your phone buzz. It looks like it's your mom.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have to answer it.
Okay, you answer the phone, and your mom.
I'm not gonna say it immediately. I'm going to wait and make sure that it's her voice that comes over the phone before I speak.
Yeah, that's reasonable. You hear your mother's voice, and she's like, Charles, are you there?
Yeah, Mama, I'm here.
Oh, thank you. Whew. Where are you?
I would rather not say at the moment.
Where's my van?
What's going on? Okay. It's kind of a crazy situation, but the van is safe. It's in Seattle, but it's in a fairly safe place.
Okay. You probably know I can't say much now. And the Coven is probably, doing everything they can to help. But, you stay safe.
Of course. Yeah, I wanted to reach out to you immediately, but I also didn't want to put you into any danger.
I understand. It
So
it's a shame about that young green kid. But I
yeah,
don't understand, but that's not what we do. And that's not what you do. So you know.
right.
But
Yeah.
they don't. So be careful.
Of course. Thanks, Mom. Love you.
Love you too, son. Take care.
All right, you too. Bye.
You hang up on your mom after she hangs up. You don't like to hang up.
Click.
Click. No. Suddenly this became a little more real for you.
Yeah.
And with that,
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
somebody's there's obviously, well, that's the thing about it is they say that there's somebody died.
Hmm.
I don't know who this person is, or even, you know, if this is just a story that they've made up in order to bring me in. But it looked like there was at least somebody dead out,
Hmm.
you know, in the forest, which has to be somebody else. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, because like, why would they, you know, I mean, obviously they can be in two places at once, but why would they be arresting me for a murder that they're still like dealing with the body of?
Right. So, with that, we conclude tonight. Everything not according to plan. And everybody's lives, their stories, all converging into a terrible mess of a bad tarot card reading. Thank you for joining me tonight. That was fun. I'm so happy to see all of you.
That was awesome.
Yes.
fun.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll-
That was
that-
needed.
That was some awesome dice rolls tonight, guys.
Oh
It
yes.
was just amazing.
Actual vulgar magic. I was so happy.
He has been trying to get us to do that crap since we started this mess. That's 13 sessions he's been trying to get us to
you-
screw ourselves over.
You've done some things that are great and brilliant, and you know
Yeah, I've also
Flagrant.
rolled and landed on my face.
that's true.
Literally.
That's true. But you know you can't win every.
Always willing to push the limits a little bit.
But that was fantastic. That was fun. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for staying up late for us.
Oh, thanks for
Yeah.
making it so I can.
Yay! So happy to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
Naturally,
How much fun Lucia is.
she's a little crazy. I love it. I think that's true of all mages, but yeah. There's-
They've each got their own brand of crazy.
yes.
It's true.
But yeah, fantastic. You're welcome to come and join us next week or even the week after or however you can. And we will make it work. Obviously, we're in a scenario here where you could show up next week or not, and things can still progress. But that's entirely up to you, and I would love to see you back at the table.
Thanks. Okay.
How about you guys? You guys doing all right too? Okay.
Yeah.
Super good. Excited to see how this all goes because Nay is still not convinced that the owls are connected with the internet situation.
Fair enough.
They could be, but there's been no solid connection yet. They just all happen to be happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Life happens to everybody all at once.
Mm-hmm. She saw a pattern, but that doesn't mean that pattern is on purpose, like a deliberate pattern. It might. I mean, human beings are hard coded to look for patterns. That's how we defend ourselves and
Have made
understand our
all
environment.
and made all our mistakes.
Yeah. False equivalency is a thing.
It always has been. But well, it was a pleasure. We'll do it again next week.
Yay!